Hey, you guys, how are you? This is Jade Hooper, your silver leader, and I am going to break down sharing the compensation plan with people. I feel like it's something that's so important that you should be. I'm trying to find where I just set the papers down. I just had the papers in my hand, so just give me a second. I think that this is such an incredible tool that you have your hands on. You guys, it's so simple to break down this compensation plan. And I really do think that this is something that you should be sharing in your stories or on your page at least once a week. Truly, okay? Because it's so amazing, okay? So let's kind of do a run through of how, if I was in my stories right now, how I would be going through and breaking down the comp plan, okay? So first things first, just know, if you're using Instagram and you're in your stories and you're sharing it over to what is happening? What is happening? If you are in your Instagram stories and you're sharing it over to Facebook, Instagram stories, at least mine is, it's 1 minute. It's a 1 minute time frame. So after a minute, I have to go share it over and then continue on. For some of you guys, it might feel super weird breaking it up like that. You'll get used to it, okay? Honestly, just remember where you stopped and then just continue going. So whether you are going live and you're sharing the compensation plan or you're sharing it in your stories, either way, what you might want to do when you're first doing this is you might want to make little notes, okay? So maybe you have a little piece of paper in front of you or a little sticky note, or maybe you print 2 of these off. Maybe you have one that's sitting in front of you with little doodads and little notes that are important to you about the compensation plan, about, promoting or, the ranks or whatever it might be. So that way you can hold your piece of paper and kind of use this as a guide as you go down through, okay? So the first thing that I like to do, obviously, is introduce myself. And I love to just say why I am so excited about Q and what I'm loving so much. And I like to share that I'm going to go through the compensation plan because it is so stinking simple. I've been with another company before. Maybe you've been with other companies, like several of them or whatever it might be. Or maybe you were so intimidated to even try a business because you were just afraid that you couldn't break down the compensation plan. Like you didn't even understand it because it was so complicated. And here at Q, it is so simple. Okay, so give a couple reasons why you love what you're doing, why you love the compensation plan, and then we can jump into it. So I just hold it. So first things first, you guys, we're going to talk about the customers, okay, how we get paid on customers here, because we get paid very, very well. This is a very generous compensation plan, okay? I like to use the words generous, aggressive. We have a very generous and a very aggressive compensation plan, and it's extremely fair and it's straightforward, okay? So first things first, you guys, what I love so much about the customer portion is that our commission is tiered. So that means the more you sell, the more you make, okay? And this is just part 1 to how you get paid for customers, okay? So for example, the company that I was with, and I like to use examples, okay? So you can say, for example, I was with a company where, myself or a bunch of my friends sold over 4,000 in customer volume. And had they done that here, they would have made 30% commission on that volume every single month. And we have something called the FFM, which is the Financial Freedom Movement. As soon as you get started with Q, you get access to a financial coach for them to be able to, help you with your money, help you manage your money, help you set up a savings and debt plan, help you set up a retirement, like all of these different things, okay? And so it's so special here at Q. Not only do you have access to the financial coach, but you also can earn bonuses specifically to go towards a debt or a savings or an investment of your choice, okay? So, and you pick that out with your financial coach. So if you sell over 2,000, you get an extra $100 bonus every single month that you have over 2,000 towards a debt or savings of your choice every single month. That's just part 1 of the customer program, okay? Not only that, but part 2 is the CB rank. You can promote with just customer volume, okay? Which is insane. So what I love here is that for our commission amounts, you can see what it says you're going to make. So for example, when you're bronze, it says commission $1,700. We have set pay. So here at Q Sciences, you guys, we have set pay. There's no averages. There's no, you get paid and then you're like, where's the rest of my check? You know exactly what to expect from what you're getting paid, whatever rank you're at. Okay. It's very straightforward. So what I love here is not only do you make commission off of your customer sales, but you also can promote as well on top of that. Okay. So let's say you had 1,500 in customer sales. Okay. 1,500, you would be the rank of executive. You would get a $250 paycheck. Plus, at 1,500 in sales, you would get 20% commission of that as well on top of it. So you're getting both of them. I didn't even understand that. And you can tell people, it's like shocking. It sounds too good to be true because you're essentially getting paid twice on your customers, and it is incredible. Okay. The next thing that I like to go over on the customer side and even for the team side is how we have rank promotions built into the compensation plan. They are not a sometimes thing. Most companies, and what most people are familiar with, is companies where it is just a promotional thing. It is a sometimes thing. It's just the beginning of the year that if you rank up, there's bonuses for you. You're always guessing, and then the rules for them are always changing and they're never the same. And it's really hard to keep track of and to point towards, like really be what's the word? Starts with an I. Can't think of the word. Whatever. Intentional about if they keep changing all the time. Ours are just built right into the compensation plan. Okay. So the next thing, you guys, that I love, that is literally shocking to me, is promoting with a team. Okay. First things first that I like to mention is that promoting with customers and promoting with the team, the volumes are the exact same. It is very straightforward. Again, there's no guessing. Okay. There is no guessing. That's number one. Number two, the most that we ever have here is at Q is 3 legs. So you literally can promote all the way to the top of our compensation plan with just 3 legs. From there, you build down underneath your team. And what is so special, you guys, is that we are paid on infinity volume. So what most people are familiar with, and I love to bring up what most people are familiar with because most people are familiar with these things. And so when you're able to compare, we're not here to tear other companies down. We're not here to, bring up names of companies or anything like that. What I'm doing is I'm just explaining what's happening at most other places so they can compare that to what we have here and understand why this is so special. Okay. So what most people are familiar with is companies where you're building like wide, and then, you're creating a chart and people have to be at the right place at the right time to build with them. And any volume, anybody that's underneath your level 5 or 6 is like generous. Normally you're level 5. So any 5 people below you, that's it. Anything that's underneath that, you don't get paid for. It does not count for your bonuses. It does not count for your promotions. It's shocking because, what if you have someone who's way down low and you want to help them? They're serious. They're running. They're so excited and they're so low on your team. They don't even count. You can't spend time with them because it literally would be a waste of your time and money to do that. Does that make sense? So, here at Q, the most you ever have is 3 legs. So you can build underneath other people. You can run with the lowest person, the people, every single person counts and matters. Okay. All of our promotions are volume based. There's no charting and there's no specific rank. Technically, you could promote to the top of the company without a single person on your team promoting. However, that would make no sense because here, since all volume counts, everybody matters. You actually are more encouraged to help every single person move forward. Okay. Again, set pay, you know exactly what you're going to be getting. If you are a bronze and you have 10,000 in team volume, you're going to get a $1,700 paycheck. When you promote, here's all your bonuses on the side. You know exactly what you would get. At bronze, you would get all the way to bronze, you would get 100, 100, 300, 1,500, 2,500, and 4,000. Okay. It's so simple. It is so straightforward. Here's the crazy thing. You can be a rank on the team side and you can be a rank on the customer side. So you could be bronze bringing in $1,700 check. You could be elite on your customer side with a little bit over 4,000 in customer sales, and you would get $750 plus the commission. So if you had let's say $4,500 in customer sales, you would get a $750 paycheck. You would be making 30% commission on that, plus a $100 bonus that goes towards the FFM. And if you were bronze, you'd be getting a $1,700 paycheck on top of that as well. It's very calculated. You know exactly how much you're gonna make and what that looks like, okay? Now, the other cool thing is that we talked about the FFM, and I talked to you about how when you make over $2,000, you get that extra $100 bonus that goes towards the FFM. What is so cool is that from elite and above, you can earn extra FFM bonuses. Okay, give me 1 second. You can earn extra FFM bonuses. And with your coach, you will decide, do we want this to go towards a debt, investment, or savings of your choice? At elite, you get an extra $100. At bronze, you get an extra $200. At silver, you get an extra $300. And gold and above, you get an extra $400 every single month. Not just sometimes, not just for a year, not just for 6 months, forever, to go towards debt. And what we've had here is people who for the first time are creating a savings, who are paying off of their debt because it's a specific bonus. The financial coach will send it directly to your savings account or directly to that bill itself, whatever that debt is specifically. So that way there's no middleman, because sometimes people aren't responsible and they know that. I love that so much. So that's how I break down the compensation plan. Very simple. Then the next thing that I do is point out my specific favorite things. My specific favorite things. So what are 2 things that I love? What are 2 things that I love? Maybe it's the products. Maybe it's the community. Maybe it's that when I take the products, I actually feel them working, right? Maybe I'm obsessed with Twist Crave because I feel like we all are. Maybe I love that I feel excited, that I feel empowered, that there's training, that there's support. I like to end with that. And then I like to, if it's in my stories, I'll add like a little question box. What questions do you have for me? Maybe if it's, if I'm live, I will say drop interactive, drop a 1 below if you've ever been with another company before. Drop a 2, right? If you drop a 3, tell me where you live. Be very interactive with people so that way you encourage them to comment below. Share this. You never know who might be looking for an extra income. And I want to tell you why Q and why now. Okay. Very, very simple. So this is very simple how I present the compensation plan, what I love about it. There's key things, you guys, that when you see this and you're familiar with other companies, it's going to be very apparent why Q has the best compensation plan probably in the whole world. Why it's simple, it's straightforward, it's fair, it's aggressive, it is incredible. Okay, so I love you guys so much. Let me know if you have any questions. Make sure you tag your team. And I want to encourage you guys at least once a week, at the very bare minimum, go live, be in your, stories. I created a highlight. So whenever I'm talking to someone, the little bubbles on my Instagram, whenever I'm talking to someone and they say, hey, can you break down the compensation plan for me, or can I check that out? I literally just copy. There's a direct link from my highlights that I can send to them. So when they click it, they go directly to my highlights and they'll be able to view it. Okay. All right, you guys, let me know if you have any questions. We'll talk to you guys later.